Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go over the next coasters for each of the Six Flags parks, from Busch Gardens to Sesame Place. I've already done a video of this for Six Flags and Cedar Fair, so after you watch this one, make sure you go watch the other ones. I'll actually put a card up right now for them. Hopefully I remember to do that. Before we start on this list, I'm gonna leave SeaWorld Abu Dhabi out of the video because this park is brand new, so we really don't have any idea of like how much investment it's gonna get. But also, SeaWorld is only the park operator, not the owner. But let's get started. Sesame Place, San Diego. This park is a brand new park for the chain. It reopened last year with a Zier 190. Because of that, plus the fact that this is a very much FEC style park, I don't see any major coaster investments coming for a while. Because of that, I don't see a coaster coming until around 2028. And when I look at the lineup of one coaster, I think the park needs something a little more intense. So I'm going with a Mach Extreme Spinner. I'm just kidding. I'm not theme park predictions. No, but to be serious, the problem with this park is that it doesn't really have much space to expand. Actually, it kind of does, but I don't really know if it's exactly their land or if they're going to actually expand into that area, because I don't really know how they would. It's kind of more backstage. But if you were to expand just the natural park, not go into backstage, you would have to go into the parking lot. Because of that, we have to choose something that's thrilling, but still space conscious. And looking at the other Sesame Place in Pennsylvania, for the 2028 season, I see Sesame Place San Diego getting a Gravity Group family wooden coaster like Kentucky Flyer. I think the coaster fits the lineup because, first of all, this is a kids/family park, so the ride can't be too intense and have too high of a height requirement. And secondly, I have this like going in an L-shaped layout, so it really gives up the park a parking lot coaster. If you put it like it's the front entrance, basically it's like, ooh, look at that coaster, I want to go ride that, and that's the coaster you're gonna be rushing to. Think Ghost Rider and Knott, how you're driving down and you see Ghost Rider going above you, basically something like that. And this park kind of needs a coaster like that. Sesame Place, Philadelphia. This park has an entire one more coaster than its sister park in San Diego. And like its sister park, I think this park is on a similar timeline for its next coaster. So I have 2027 as the next coaster year for this park. But unlike San Diego, this park is missing one true kiddie coaster. They have two family coasters, but they both have heights over 40 feet. And the park needs something that is meant for the smallest thrill seekers. And if you watched any of these, you would know what coaster model I would go for when this need pops up. But I don't think this park is getting a Skyline Pescetti Bowl coaster, because Tidal Twister has been a nightmare for the company, and unlike Six Flags, we haven't seen them work with Skyline since. Because of that, in 2027, I see Sesame Place Philadelphia, getting a Zier Force 1. I think this is a perfect fit for the park because this park doesn't have much available space, and this coaster has a very small footprint. Plus also, this coaster would give like the smallest thrill seekers like a coaster to actually ride. SeaWorld San Antonio. This park is supposed to be getting the Catapult Falls in 2023, but with the fact that it's like nearly the end of summer and this isn't open, I see San Antonio riding the wave through 2024 and possibly 2025 for this new big investment. This leaves 2026, the next year, for a new coaster. And because the park has 3 water rides now with Catapult Falls, I see one of them going, which is the River Rapids. And this will be replaced with the new coaster. And by doing this, you have enough room for basically any major coaster, because this plot that I kind of created has a space of 250,000 square feet. And when you're looking at the lineup of this park, you don't just have to look at this specific park, but also Fiesta Texas. Because you don't want to double up on coasters. And my first choice, probably a B&M dive, wouldn't work here because Fiesta just got a B&M dive, and I would probably have gone with a mini dive, which Fiesta just got a mini dive. And so because of this, you'd have to drop the B&M dive and also an RMC hybrid. And if you look at this park, I think the next step is an extreme coaster, because that's kind of what fits in this space. Plus also, Great White and Steel Eels are the only coasters that are true extreme coasters that are built for extreme thrills, and they were both opened in the 90s. And because of the limitations of Fiesta Texas, I see SeaWorld San Antonio getting an Intamin multi-launch for the 2026 season. The reason why I go with an Intamin is that we have seen SeaWorld work with them a lot recently. Plus, this would give a coaster to San Antonio that could possibly top anything at Fiesta Texas. And I just think something like Pantheon could really work at this park. SeaWorld San Diego. Unlike San Antonio, this park has basically no land available to them. And because of that, you would have to remove a ride or parking to get something in. Plus, the park has height limits where you can put how high you can put coasters, which really puts a strain on what this park could get. In 2023, the park got Intamin straddle coasters, so I don't see another coaster until 2026 like San Antonio. But with the space available, we need to get creative. The question is, if the next coaster will be a kids coaster, or if park officials will basically see Sesame Street San Diego as an extension to SeaWorld, and the younger kids would just go there and have the kiddie coasters there, then they would come to SeaWorld and do the bigger rides. As a Thuzy, I don't really want to say it, but I do think 2026 will not be the year for a thrill coaster. It will be a kids coaster. Like Sesame Street, Philadelphia, I see getting a Zero Force. I see the park getting a Zero Force. I think this is a good fit for the park because it gives a much needed kids coasters. I really think that a kids coaster is the next step for this park because of one specific event that happened to me about a year and a half ago. While online for Journey to Atlantis, a dad and his daughter asked me if I knew what other kids coasters there were in the park. And I said Manta because that was the only other, at that time, the only other not very intense coaster. But if you've been on it, you know it's more intense than just a random mock family launch. And I felt bad about that the entire rest of the day. And I feel like this park needs something for those little kids who want to ride a roller coaster, but Journey to Atlantis is a good step up, but then you go to Manta, which is a really intense coaster. And for where in the park, I have it going next to the sky ride thing that takes you across the little bay that they have in this little empty space right next to the Manta, basically. Busch Gardens Williamsburg's. This park is in the top tier of parks within the chain, and because of this, we see a lot of big investments go into this park, and often. We also see many huge projects proposed, like Drakenspeyer, to name one of many. Because of this, I don't think we're far from another one of those huge investments. It's just not in 2024. Rumors have already been cycling about what could be happening in 2025, but all we know is that this new 2025 project will probably be in the Drakenspeyer plot of land. We believe that Drakenspeyer is Drakenfire is plot of land. We believe Drakenspeyer is dead because a Pantheon has the spike, and it kind of happened right after they proposed the Drakenspeyer. And also, we've seen shorter height limits or proposals, height permits. That's the word I'm looking for. Proposed in that space, that right next to, but not right at where the Drakenspeyer things were. And because of the success of Iron Gwazi, I see the park getting an RMC hybrid coaster in 2025. While it doesn't make 100% sense to get an RMC with one already at King's Dominion, this hybrid would almost, or even be a hypercoaster, making it different enough from Twisted Timbers. Plus, also this would be done by Joe Draves, not by Alan Schulke, so it's a little bit different that way. But this coaster could really help the park because it would really give that another icon to the park, and giving a bigger reason to go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg over King's Dominion. SeaWorld Orlando. We basically already know what's coming in 2024, with the layout already being leaked. This park is getting a B&M family coaster, and when we saw this leaked, we were shocked because SeaWorld normally has been going with the Intamin straddle coasters for their all their major parks outside of Florida, but they're getting a B&M for B&M Park. Oh my gosh! But personally, I think this coaster is gonna be a pretty good family coaster and possibly have a slight ability to have a little bit of hype from enthusiasts, like be a little bit more intense than just a traditional family coaster. Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. We already know that something is coming in 2024, but we really don't know what it is. Some rumors have that 2024 is going to be a Vekoma Boomerang. Others say it's an indoor coaster, but there's only one thing that we can all agree on. It's a coaster. Personally, I'm going to have to stick with my gut prediction from the end of 2022. In 2024, Busch Gardens Tampa will be getting an Intamin straddle coaster. I think this is a perfect fit because with the removal of Sand Serpent, this park needs one more family coaster, and back then I didn't even know Sand Serpent was going out. And of course this is going to be in the plot of Sand Serpent because that's where the project's being done. Yeah, but this coaster can really help the park out because it has a lot of more intense coasters, and this could be for a little bit younger crowd. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.